easy looking like a look. Let's see that more. I like a look. I like a lot less. Yeah, weird. The kick. Oh, that's what we're like. Let me look at that a lot. Okay, there were guys that are drug addicts, so look at that one. Look at, I'll watch 5 hours. The drug addicts, they consider addiction when it harms your life. Well, if you're sitting around not doing anything, you're natic, and this isn't work for everybody, of course, but it needs to be to the level of just complete mental takeover. The beauty and strength and the cohesive nature of it, what it does to us towards ourselves and what it does to us towards the universe, and everything in between has to kind of all just fit perfectly, cause it has to have that young stuff is hot, it has to have that in there, that can't be not in there. We have to enjoy ourselves, we can't be all working. I'll get goes to working. Okay, so just be working, nothing about that. Like, I'm talking about enjoying ourselves, but enjoying ourselves, saving ourselves, enjoying ourselves, saving ourselves. Sorry, I had to say it twice. I had this thought I had something better to say, but you can't say that better. I'm sure you could have thought about it enough, but you there is a way. It's not like when aliens come and then we all become closer, but it's near that we're all drug addicts. That's the problem. We have a process of simplehood that everybody is capable of not dealing with. The beautiful thing about us is that we're all capable of great stuff to any degree you don't have. Good, I believe me, I'm no genius, but anything you can do that is a value toward the understanding that we're on a ball floating in a universe that you happen to arrive on and that you are going to leave soon. You should be very concerned, and that expiration date should be unacceptable, and that should motivate everything in your life. That expiration date is not correct, it's an error, and you need to change that error. That is what this podcast is all about. I should end it right now, right? That's good. Okay, bye.
I must concur with myself. That's the only way one would. Where you see me circling myself. Where are my headphones, baby? Baby, where are my headphones? Oh, there they are. Thank you, sweet pea. Welcome to Bobby June Live. Uh-oh. Where am I? I didn't really want to read more, baby. Oh. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Bye-bye. Right, let me raise this camera up here. Raise camera up. I don't see my face. Not that I want to, but oh, fuck. How about that? I think that's too much. What camera is that? Is that camera? Yeah, that's that camera. Huh? Let me see. Hold on. Oh, no, wrong camera. Put away. All right. Yeah. Wow. All right. Hi. Welcome to Bobby June Live. We're at the we're going to hold on. My pants are sagging. Let me see here. I'm going to show you, everybody's on. Now, we're going to go through that. Okay. Mind scattered. Hold on. Let me feel, I think I could lean on this. Lex Fridman, spelled Fridman. This is the outfit. I'm mimicking him in deference. So more on that in a minute. But I have to get through this real quick because we are in the middle of videoing ourselves. And I wanted to show you guys how to do that. I have a fairly storied career in graphic design and positioning. I'm not a videographer, but I've learned some things doing this podcast. And let me make sure my levels are cool. Yeah. And I have some things from my graphic design life that tells me what it is that we should do when we film ourselves because of the fact that we are filming ourselves. And so I'm going to give you some basics on how to do it simply. No tripod, no equipment needed. So let me get my pen. Okay. So I'm going to go through a list of things that we have to remember to do because I forget these too. Oh, how do I switch it? I forget fuck that shit. All right. I forget these too. So I'm going to just go through this list to help us out. Remember so we have the basic tools on how to film ourselves in conversation, in a simple one-on-one FaceTime call or a group call with Zoom or any other video chat that you're group calling on. It makes the whole experience better, and some of these are interesting, and they're simple. It doesn't require any of this crap. Okay, so number one, well, these are all kind of scattered in importance, but keeping yourself framed well is something that is you drift away from as you're being filmed or as you're filming yourself. So what I mean by that is, for example, you have, and there's two modes. Whoa. There's two modes here, portrait and landscape. Let me just define the two. Portrait, landscape. And that applies to a laptop when it's landscape. But they are not the laptop is very difficult to get portrait out of. So landscape and portrait. Okay? And that could be a phone as well. All right. So these are the two orientations we all know about. Now, before I get to the list, there are fundamentally two ways you film yourself. With one person or with a group of people. So if you're on your phone, you have two choices. One is to film portrait, one person, or on your phone or your laptop, two or more. Okay? Let me see if that's coming out here. Stupid ass thing. Whoa. Go like that. Let me see. That's all right. Let me focus it. All right. I'm going to lock that. All right. So, if you're by yourself with somebody, one person, mano y mano, hell yeah. Fill the frame up. Don't change the orientation of your phone. Hold it normal. On a computer, you're forced to fucking be horizontal. And on your phone, you can force yourself to being horizontal. And when you only want to, if you're talking to people on your phone, the only reason you would go horizontal if you have another person with you, if you need to widen the shot. Otherwise, there's no point in going landscape on a phone call. Keep it portrait. Except unless the other person refuses to go into portrait mode, then you might want to agree with them and go into their landscape mode. But you want to, if you're in portrait mode, you want to be the one to dictate a better shot. Need a belt. So, landscape, to me, is kind of an old way of filming. It's good for some things. 2 or more people, for sure. So, 1 person in the shot, portrait. If the other person on the other end of the shot isn't portrait, tell them to go portrait so you can both experience a larger view of each other. It's really worth it. Okay? And I know these things, some of these things you're going to go, don't say duh, George, because we all forget when we're in the heat of a call, okay? So these are kind of things that are helping us. I'm just helping all of us remind ourselves. So, let's see here. So back to keeping yourself framed well. I had to define that stuff before I got into keeping yourself framed well. And God forbid I'm framed horribly right now, so whatever. When you frame yourself in the portrait mode, you want to frame yourself with not your head here. I'm not used to this shit, man. With not your head in the center. No. Oh, God, that doesn't work good. Bitch. With not your head. It's supposed to be a magnet in there, cuh. But you want your head up. And you want your head fairly large. And your body, this is a little long actually. I'm a little disproportionate, but the general framing would be stay atop your tits, your areolas specifically. That's a good measure of where the end of the bottom of the camera should go. So if your areolas are down here, and we know people have that, that's a good shot. If your areolas up here, it's not a good shot. Nobody wants to see that. Pretend you're naked. Hide them. Hide them. Ain't nothing about your areolas good. Okay? Unless you know you got good areolas. But anyway, you got clothes on, we know. All right. So the shot should be like that, right about there. And if you want to zoom in, feel free. Zooming in is good. So when you zoom in, you can chop the top of your head off. So if I were to zoom in, let's negate this frame. The zoom would be right about there. That's an even better shot. That's the best shot. If you can achieve that, let me see what this shot looks like actually. If you can, I'll go with that for a second. If you can achieve this shot, you're much more engaged with the person you're talking to. So shaving it a little off the top of your head is totally legal. Putting your head in the middle of the frame, illegal, illegal. All right, that's all. Now, if you're in landscape mode, framing. Now, remember, this is framing. Okay? This is framing in portrait mode. And now we're going to frame in landscape mode. Landscape. Laptop or phone. When you frame yourself, and if you have to be in landscape mode because you're framing yourself as an individual, you have some latitude in direction. And this offers a little bit of creative leeway with you because you can actually position yourself here. Actually be a little bit bigger. This is good. Don't in landscape mode, don't center yourself. Because when you do, or if you chop your head off, making yourself bigger, you've kind of created an artificial gap on either side that is generally aesthetically unnecessary. Like when you position yourself in the center and you have loads of room on both sides. Everybody in the planet knows that that's wasted space. So to move yourself here, then which then creates a larger space on this side, gives the viewer the understanding that you've got extra space for a reason, and what's over here is nice looking. You know what I mean? And you're giving them you're kind of being considerate for their for their view. You're like stylizing it out. And I do it here. I'm going to do it in a second when my ass sits down. I don't do it on purpose. I do it on purpose, but I don't. Sometimes not right now. I'm doing it I'm doing it on purpose because I'm forced to do it on purpose. But sometimes I do it specifically. And Bob's all, center yourself, motherfucker. And I'm all, hell no, I don't want to always be centered. Like sometimes it's cool to be off the edge. So this is landscape mode. Don't center yourself. Now, if you have two people, center yourself. That's good. All right, fine. You got a bunch of people, whatever. But when you're by yourself in landscape mode, give us some flavor. Like, we don't want to see the same old. So this is framing. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Top to bottom. Remember in framing. Here, let me give one. I need to, because these are not easy to remember. Framing, and I'm going to put this on the side. Let me just get rid of this. Framing reduces down to top to bottom. More important than left to right. Okay? That's Eddie. All you have to do is remember, put yourself wherever you are. Wherever you are. Like, I have to lower myself. This is all you need. When it comes to framing, top to bottom. Put yourself appropriately top to bottom. Fuck the left to right thought, unless you have the capability to remember. It takes a long time to get that natural, like, oh shit, I'm looking ugly. So that's framing. Now, here's the next one. I don't know if I have to illustrate this here. See the dot? That's a dot. Pretend that's the motherfucking camera. Look at the goddamn camera. Look at it. Quit looking at yourself. Freak. Look at the dot. That dot is your friend. That's your person. Look at the dot. People can tell when you're not looking at the dot. The dot is the camera. You instantly increase your message's power. And it's not like everybody wants to increase the message's power. That sounds so stupid. But you amplify everything you're saying to that person. That person's listening to you, whether it's your mom or a chick or a dude. They're listening to you for a reason. So they want to feel special at that moment. So look at the camera. And if you can't look at the camera, try to in FaceTime, I think it's this way. Take the little picture, wherever it is, of you. And I didn't check this ahead of time, so I apologize. But I believe there's a way to flip these two images. What you would be doing is making yourself huge and them small. So depending on the app you're using, it would be better. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it would be better if you were large. If this was you, this big picture, and this picture was them. Because you could then move that picture up, preferably centered, but anywhere at the top. Because then you have their picture near the dot. And that allows you to look at them while looking at them. Fuck you. I mean, you want to look at yourself because of all the other things I'm going to say. Of course, you want to frame yourself and do all things for yourself. But after you've done those things, once you're into the conversation and you're happy with what you're doing, I mean, when I say look at yourself, frame yourself, do everything for yourself, make yourself bomb, those are glances. These are not permanent viewing angles. This is what matters, the dot. It's all about the dot. So make them tiny because you can move them around. If you can't move them around, well, then you're fucked. That's a different story. In the laptop arena, you definitely have window control. So if you're in an app, for example, if you're on a laptop, okay, and that's the dot, and your window is here that you're talking to them on, that's your friend. Take the window and reduce it in size and bring them to the top near the dot. You're going to have a better conversation. They're going to love you for it. They're going to love you more. If you want them to love you more, do that. If you don't want them to love you more, if you got attitude, take them to the bottom. But you want them near the dot. Always bring them near the dot. Okay. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody has coronavirus. Dude, I need a different eraser. Fuck. What do they think you're supposed to do with this rushing around? What if it's important? Maybe I use the other side. Hold on. I think I need liquid. Whoa, God. Oh, no. Oh. Hold on. These guys are stupid. They need to, I'm gonna I'm gonna look at these. I'm gonna look into these people. They're. Oh, anyway, so framing, and then the next one would be gaze. Let me frame this. Look at dot. Let me load this thing up. All right. So that's check. Now, the next one where'd that go? Sound quality. We now know what dual duplex means. Dual duplex means there's single duplex and dual duplex. Single duplex is your fucking cell phone. Single duplex, I gotta make sure I'm framed right. Single duplex is when you talk, and if the other person interrupts, you get cut off in the weirdest, most truncated shit. I can't believe cell phones still operate with single duplex. They have the cell phone community is like community. The cell phone community is like well, they just like they haven't changed anything. They're like, that's a good copper wire in the ground. We're done. They know their dust. So they are single duplex. Dual duplex is I'm talking and you're talking at the same time, like in life. Dual duplex. Now that you know that FaceTime and Google Hangouts and all of the other Skype situations that operate in VoIP territory, like when I mean VoIP, I mean video calls, you should realize that, first off, there's massive clarity. Huge. The clarity is so clear that it's the person, you're used to it by now, but the person seems like they're right there. That's reason enough to always call on FaceTime. But you don't want to see their face. So you call with voice only. Voice only. That allows you to use your fucking phone as a cell phone without the cell phone plan. And it's so clear. It's beautiful. Voice only. So when you're calling voice only, good. Okay, I'm just saying that because I can't believe the volume of people that call me on their cell phone. I can barely hear them. That sucks. Call me on the fucking goddamn VoIP. Kendra? Kendra, listen. Kendra, I've been telling you for a year. Kendra talks like... You want to hear what she says. I love Kendra, but she's all over the place. It's hard to track. Kendra, I'm never going to answer the phone unless it's VoIP, okay? Voice only. I don't mind seeing you, girl, but whoo, man, hearing you. I would love to hear you. Hearing her is like a struggle. Oh, this fucking eraser's a struggle. Dude, are you kidding me? It looks so performance-oriented. It's big. It costs like $20. You know, who will spend $20 on a stupid eraser? You know, you expect it when you get it, like it's going to be amazing. Like, I glide over it. Why do I have to fucking scrub? Maybe it's the marker. Oh, this is so stupid. Oh, man. See what happens. And I'm going to start sweating. and everything. I got no fucking flat surface right here. All right, there we go. Jesus. I'll get this down. Don't worry. Fuck it. All right, I'll get used to this shit. I'm not a teacher. So, voice only. Good. All right, next. This is a framing subcategory. The framing subcategory is as follows. Raise your motherfucking camera. Where are you? Raise your camera. Raise it. This shit. Here's your desk. I'm scared to draw a lot because I don't want to erase everything. Here's your fucking desk. Here's you. All right. That's you. That's your desk. You got that laptop. Even worse, that's your phone in a stand. This line of sight is crap. It sucks. Nobody wants to see your fucking the corner of your room over here with your ceiling fan spinning. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody's looking for that. Nobody's looking for the corner of your wall where no picture hangs. It's horrible. It's a horrible shot. So this one I think okay. God damn it! I should have put this one first. You know what? Where is it? This one was second on my list. I should have said it was second. Anyway, this is horrible. So when you're sitting at a desk, bink, 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 bink. When you're sitting at your desk or anything that you're sitting at, even if it's a couch, you could turn this into a couch. Whatever it is, these two items have to be elevated. That's the phone, and that's your laptop. They have to be elevated. Okay. That's the laptop still, even though they look like arrows. And that's the phone, even though it looks like an arrow. That's a fucking phone. Okay, so the way you do that, and these are simple. These are simple. God damn it. First off, the best tripod in your house for a phone is a cup, especially a tumbler. Not a tall cup, a tumbler, something short. This holds the phone in two ways. There's a tumbler. It's interesting that it either holds it back or fro. To or fro. It either holds it this way or this way. It leans it back or it leans it forward. It's the only two choices in a fucking cup. But they're perfect because God forbid you need to lean it back and film yourself as if you got a cup right here. That's a dick suck. What you want to do is you want to stack or get a box. Whatever it is. I don't know what you got in your house, but it's got to be square and solid and grabbable. Like, look around. It doesn't matter. A stack of books works, but who wants to get that and not everybody reads? Take this cup, this tumbler, and put it. Now, if you want to be really smooth and look thin, you'll take this box and you'll raise it to about there. And I'm not lying. this height, maybe a little lower. And you put your cup up here, your tumbler. That's a little bit high, okay? And since it's tilting down, that line of sight is killer. Now, you want to be aware of what's going on back here. This wall you got, this ugliness that you claim your living space is bomb about. Put a picture up, God damn it, paint your walls. Anyway, this raises the chin and makes you look good. Whichever way it is, make the phone or the laptop your fucking face. All right? And a cup is great. A cup works in so many different ways. A cup is really, really... These should be kept around the house wherever you got your charger, if you're going to film yourself a lot. Cups are killer. You go to 99cent store, get a perfect one. You go to 99cent store, get one that holds it without tilting. So... And you can use, you just have to think about the stacking thing. You know, whatever it is you're going to put your two items on, whether it's a bunch of books. Hold on, I need some more ink. Whether it's a bunch of books or an Amazon box. Whatever. But the problem is that when you talk to somebody, to find one of those things, you really have to kind of, you know, it's not a bad idea to look around and say, oh, that's my fucking go-to phone thing. You know, believe me, I have the same problem. So preaching to my own choir right now. Having these go-tos are helpful. So that's eye levelness. We're going to put that here. Eye level. Ching. I'm going to put or above eye level. Never below. The fucking chin comes out. The monster. You look like a monster. No, thank you. No, thank you to that goddamn eraser, too. I'm all about this now. What? Oh, God. I got on my jacket. Life is so shitty. Yeah, this has to change. If I'm going to do this, this has to change. Oh, Lord, no, no. Okay. Anyways. All right. Now. Shut the fuck up. And when I say that, I mean, when you're on a multi-person call, don't do any of that. Nobody's looking for you. Somebody else is talking. Why you keep on popping up? Why you keep on popping up? Somebody else is talking, your ass is fucking making noise. Shut the fuck up. And if you can't, mute yourself. But learn how to unmute and mute yourself. Because when you mute yourself, to get back into the conversation, you have to unmute yourself. So get used to it. Whichever app you use, get used to what it means to be unmute, mute, unmute. Now, this is only group call. This is a group call issue, all right? Now, that's very popular nowadays. So I'm going over it as if it's necessary. So shut up. Learn to unmute. quickly in group call. All right. Headphones rule. See me? Look. I already know. You're slipping. You're slipping. Sitting out there with your ears. Stupid. Fucking ears. Your experience will be amazing if you use headphones. And they reduce that stupid echo or whatever. Any sound issues are gone. You know what's amazing about this studio? One thing that I love to do with people, my friends and family, is I sit them down in a chair and I talk to them with the headphones on, because it's fucking intimate. It's so killer. It's very interesting. I think there's two interesting things. Let me think about this. One is you hear yourself clearly. So you have this very quick self-evaluation of what's going on. I have to frame myself. You have this very quick self-evaluation of what's going on. Not that you adjust for that, but it's interesting. But more importantly, you know that who you're talking to that also has headphones on hears everything you say. You're guaranteed attention. And so that is an amazing thing. So wear headphones. If you wear Bluetooth headphones, you might experience a delay. If you experience any delay, get rid of them. Delay is the enemy. Delay is the worst conversational impedance. There's nothing that's like a speed bump after speed bump. There's nothing good about a delay. So if you experience delay, get rid of them. Okay. So that was headphones rule. We call them cans in the audio world. Headphones. Rule. Okay. Big fucking deal. All right. Next. Background. Don't bore your caller. Your fucking shitty hamper and your extension cords and all the crap you got going on. Me too. All right. What's best in the background, if it's you and you got your phone and your caller sees you, uh-oh, why is that, dude? Okay, my battery's at 10%. I gotta watch it. It's my iPad too. So if the broadcast shuts off, what the fuck? This is you looking at your phone. This is the viewing angle. The person sees you. What is behind you is interesting. You might have a doorway, and behind the doorway is a window. Sorry, I usually do well in three-dimensionality, and behind the window is a street with a car and a homie with a beer and long hair. You can't see him, though. He's blurry. But if you create a layered effect, you have a beautiful background. Now, this is a lot of thought, but you'll see it in your camera. You'll see it. Sometimes it just takes a doorway. You don't need the homie. Okay? Sometimes it's just a doorway and a window. Just layer it. Sometimes it's a doorway and another wall. Doesn't even need a window. Just needs to be a doorway and another wall. Don't stick them in a fucking room. That's all. Sticking people in a room. See what my battery's doing here. 10%. All right. So that is layering. It's a deep one. You don't have to worry about that one right now. But I'm not going to hold the info back, all right? Everybody's got the capabilities. All right. 2-layer fucking erase. This bitch. Next. Oh, hold on. Layers. Background. Homie. Okay. I talked about delay already, but I'm going to talk about it again because this is specific. Delay. And here's what delay means to me right now. Wi-Fi or cell. Now, there's an interesting problem with Wi-Fi and cell. When you have them both turned on, at least in the iPhone world, Wi-Fi is such a pimp that cell just can't wait to get in but never does if Wi-Fi is slightly available. If Wi-Fi is slightly available, like here's the Wi-Fi signal. If there's only this bar, the cell is going to be like, huh? Where am I? Wi-Fi is such a pump. Well, it's a pimp. It's a pimp and a pump and a bump. Sometimes you have to turn off Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, weak Wi-Fi, weak Wi-Fi is worse than cell. This can be turned off, and you can rely only on this when it's weak. But this won't turn itself off. Cell phone is waiting. Sometimes you have to off Wi-Fi. You have to turn it off. Your entire signal will increase. That will eliminate delayed, truncated verbiage and other things. And you have to let the other person know that if there's a problem, they have to do it. A lot of these things are two-way streets. You have to let them know. Not the artistic ones. Don't be a dick. But this one, if it's ruining the conversation, let them know. Turn off their Wi-Fi. Turn it off. If there's a problem, it's an easy thing to do to see if you can solve a quickie, like an echo or shitty or whatever the error that's occurring, that could be a quick fix. Turn off the Wi-Fi. Okay. Now we're going to start another list here. No Wi-Fi. Check. If call sucks. Okay. Find good spots in your pad ahead of time. Think about it a little bit. That's based on the background aspect. Walk around, look around, check it out. Think about it. And don't forget about outside areas, porches. You know, I'm not going to draw a fucking porch, just porches or a patio. Don't forget, get out of your house and look at a patio, look at a porch. There's nothing wrong with a porch. It's cute. As a matter of fact, if you sit on a porch or a patio, what you do is you are communicating to the person that you have time for them, that you are present, you are with the conversation, because people don't sit out in an area like that when they're talking to you unless they are very available. And it gives them visual beauty behind you if it's a good-looking patio or a porch or a balcony. So, outside, good. Okay. 25 more to go through. Take a walk. Don't be such a fucking shut-in. From experience. So when you walk, now this is it's a common interview tactic or technique. Walking and talking. There's something about it. You know what they do in some situations, and in music videos they did this a lot. They would put a rolling treadmill under a person and they would film them on it, because there's something about walking and talking that's excellent. So when you walk and talk, where's the phone? Stiff arm it. Boom. All right? Stiff arm it. That gets you your maximum extension. Stiff arm it. Get your framing right. And, don't forget, I wrote down there, don't forget to, you're going to drop it, okay? Don't. Keep it up. You'll see the better shot. When you're walking around, it's kind of like, and I'm going to look for one of these. It's kind of like you have a neck. I think Thomas has one, a neck selfie stick, but those are too low. They're like down. It's like lazy TV, like Netflix. They need a selfie stick that puts the phone in front of your eyes. Anyway, in the meantime, hold it and walk like this. You want to be, and you'll see the frame. You want to keep it stable, almost like you're being a pro about it. All right. Walking. There's something about it. It's very difficult to describe why it works. I remember this guy Ray. He wanted to get into acting, and he had to film a reel, and he needed to interview. He needed to just talk, and having him walk while he talked, I basically backed up, like filming him. Let me look at my battery here. 8%. Oh my God. I gotta change that. Here. That he opened the fuck up. He opened up. Walking solved it. Solved it totally. Let me get through this real quick. I'll get over there. Lighting. Oh. Look at yourself. Look at yourself. Move around. Here, I know you can't see my head. I'm glowing bald head man. Horrible. Get your lighting right. Lighting, I mean, that shouldn't be at the last one, but we're going to punctuate the entire process because this is the last one. Lighting is critical. Near windows. Good. But not too close. You don't want to blow out. When you blow out yourself in a frame, you look all glowed out and it looks lame. But near windows is often good. Light directly over your head, not so good. No direct. Okay. I feel rushed. So those are the ways to look. I have to look for a plug. Hold on. There you go. That's very perfect, little baby. All right. Oh my god, you fucking bitch. Suck it, fucking, oh my god. I made my fucking, hold on. I have to tuck in my shirt. Okay. I'm never going to make an angled desk again. The top is angled. Look at that frame. Perfect. Not really. All right. Now, see, that's okay. Like, I like that. That's okay. Why is it so lame? I got 6%. All right. So I'm going to run it till the wheels fall off. Lex Fridman. Spelled Fridman. Look him up. Boop, boop. Lex Fridman and I had a special moment yesterday. This man, MIT instructor, gone podcaster, AI specialist, specifically in self-driving, but tuned up for everything. He has a great podcast. I watch it all the time. Yesterday, my talk mirrored his, or his mirrored mine. whichever the case is, please go to his YouTube video. I didn't put the link. I was supposed to put the link in the motherfucking thing. I didn't put the goddamn fucking link. Let me see if I can do it right now. I don't know if I could do it as a commenter, but I'm going to comment on myself. Lex Fridman he's a Russian. All right, don't be scared. He has a podcast called Artificial Intelligence Network. I think he needs to back off of that a little bit. He covers too many things. But fine. He's locked into it. Ow. So Lex and I talked about identical subjects yesterday. He went live yesterday. I went live yesterday. I listened to him when I woke up. And we talked about the same fucking thing. And I just was so happy. You know, it makes you feel good when you know you're within the realm you want to be in. So we we're talking, I'm talking, when I say we talked about the same thing, we talked about the identical thing. I'm not talking about some bullshit. I'm talking about, man, what the fuck is my shit, man? Oh my God, dude. Oh, that's why. I'm on the right Wi-Fi. I got fucking billions of networks here. Bitch. There you go. All right. All right. I'm on my Facebook page. All right, I'm going to go to my fucking video. I'm going to turn the all volume down. And I'm going to full screen it because it's the only way for me to see you guys and hang out and shit. Wait, hold on. People be talking now. Ryan, what's up? What's up? All right. Let me type this bitch ass in. All right, here we go. It's going to take me 1 second. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's not an easy one. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Mm-hmm. And then mm-hmm. And then wait. Mm-hmm. 44. Mm-hmm. Q 0 question mark T equals your fucking faces. Where's the equal? Where'd that equal go? Dude, listen. One 632. All right. That's the link. And that link, if you copy and paste it, I timed it to where it talks about He ended his podcast with the same fucking thing I ended my podcast on. His summation was identical. I'm so happy. Lex Fridman. And, we talked about, he went into the details of what I was talking about with knowledge. Mine are, just me. But I listened enough to have fragments. And he brought up some amazing points with the understanding of where we are in this world and what the likelihood is of our success. Because it doesn't rest in us now. Our success is not. We are not the epitome of success. We are the epitome of wow, I'm surprised we're still alive. So when we talk about things that are helpful to our survival, like AI, machine learning, and all of the things you hear about all the time, but don't let that gloss your eyes over. Because when Lex and I ended our podcasts with the same phrase, we know that this entire, the phrase is the singularity. When we understand that, we see that is something that is mentioned a lot. You hear AI and you hear the word singularity. If you pay attention to the word AI enough, you'll end up with the word singularity, sometimes with a chuckle and sometimes with a bow. The singularity is when technology becomes so complex, you don't have the ability to understand what it's doing. It's left your awareness capabilities. You can't understand it. It's like a dog to you. So the singularity is a takeoff point. It's a point of ejection. And people see that, myself included, as something we haven't reached yet. But I know, and Lex knows, and other people know, that we're right in the middle of it.